Welcome to the stream. I'm not quite ready yet, but I noticed that there was a couple of people that were chatting, so I don't know if they'll come back or not. I'm actually just hopping into Call of Duty super quick on my own instead of like switching the screen there, because I'm probably gonna do that mission. There's a new map. I just unlocked the final map. Oh, okay. Yeah, so even if I have to repeat it a couple of times, I'll tell you why I do that thing where I actually stream 3 years ahead for the schedule. So what happens with YouTube, because they're kind of silly, right? Is when you go and live stream, and I'm like, okay, I'm thinking I'm gonna live stream. You pick your title, your tags, and all that, and you're about to, just get it prepped. Well, look at you, William. Are we in a rush now? I'm actually in Call of Duty right now. YouTube forces me, by the way, to pick a schedule. Okay? It's like I don't have a choice. They force you to pick something, and that's just it. So, what I used to do is, who cares about the schedule, right? I'll just stream when I stream. Two big mistakes YouTube is making. The very first mistake YouTube is making, and you guys need to understand this because it's serious. When I get my streams ready, I don't understand why it's notifying people that I'm live. Like earlier when you guys were in here, did it like notify you Philminator is live? Is that what's going on? Oh, I don't know. This is the new shiny toy. Look at this guy. He wants me to move on from it already. Yeah, so when I'm getting my stream ready, I'm actually not ready, if that makes any sense. Like, I'm not ready. But I don't know why. Let me just get out of this. I was just in Call of Duty for a quick second. So the biggest mistake that YouTube does is notifies people that I'm gone live when I haven't gone live. That's why you'll notice a lot of times. Oh, why is he ignoring us? Hello, is he in here? What's going on? Why is the screen black? Meanwhile, I'm thinking, why is YouTube telling everybody I'm live? I haven't hit the button to go live on my streaming software nor on YouTube. All I've done is open the page to YouTube to start doing a stream. The second mistake it does is forcing me to pick a schedule. I have to schedule the stream. There's no way around it. I can go live whenever I want, but there is no unscheduling it. So for the average person, you're going to look at me and be like, why does this guy keep scheduling his streams 3 years in the future? It's 2021 and he's got his stream set up for 2024. That's so that it's clear as day that you don't sit around there waiting for me. I had people in the past that were like, bro, man, I was waiting for you and you never showed up. I was like, showed up for what? It's like, well, you went live and you never streamed. I'm like, I never went live. I was starting to schedule my live stream, but how the hell did you even know I was in here? And that's when it hit me. So when you go to do a live stream, it automatically defaults it to 15 minutes. I'm not always ready in 15 minutes. I don't always want to do it at the last minute either. So that's the problem. It forces you to pick a schedule, and it notifies you that I'm live when I'm actually nowhere near live. I'm just previewing. And everybody's like, hey, he's live. 3 years from now, what the fuck? And I'm like, yeah. So that's why I do that. It's not to try and be funny. That's not why I do that. You know, let me pause the game really quick, because this is important. I meant the monster. Are you bored of this game, William? Look, I just don't really like this game compared to the other two. Oh, I don't know. I'm really loving this game. Hey, Blues, how's it going? Yeah. Well, it's technically 3, because we're 2021. 2024 is in 3 years from now. But technically, it's in 2.5 years. Or whatever. So YouTube just kind of rounds it down. Hey, Fat Rambo, how's it going? So that's what's happening with that. So quick recap again. YouTube forces you to pick a scheduled time. If I don't, it'll default it to 15 minutes. And I didn't know that before. So people were waiting around for 15 minutes thinking I was going live when I had no intention of going live. Again, when I preview my own screen to start contemplating to go live, it notifies everybody, hey, psst, he's live, when I actually haven't hit the button to go live. So again, by shooting it 3 years into the future, no one's going to wait around for 3 years. I'm not that special. So that's why I do that. Yeah, William, this is the kind of game. I'm well, man. Just got a letter of offer for a new position today, so I'm kind of torn if I want to stay with my current unit or not. Oh, unit of, if you don't mind me asking, you what kind of unit? So this is a new map, by the way. I'm excited to play around with this. It's the lava, whatever you want to call it, lava rock something. It's a completely new map. So this is a first. As you can see, the map on the left, it's all like clouded up, right? I've never been here, so I don't know what's going on. I am on a village quest. The plethora of different types of armor, the weapons, it's absolutely, it blows me away. It's so rare for me to find a game like this that I just want to be so aggressive with and just keep pumping in time into it and not really get stressed out about it. I work for Department of National Defense. Is that in Canada? Because in Canada we have a Department of National Defense. I don't know if it's called the same thing in other countries. And there's no cool kill moves when you defeat an enemy from what it's... Well, not really, but the game kind of reminds me of Breath of the Wild mixed with realistic Pokemon and some kind of anime. Yeah, that's kind of a, you know, a fair thing to say. Shiny Knight. You and your friend. Yeah, I'm Canadian, didn't I tell you? Yeah. Is there a Department of National Defense in every town, in every province in Canada? I forget. Well, I mean, there's a few different moves you can do, and the charm with this game is you slay all these large monsters, and then you wear them. So it's kind of very Jeffrey Dahmer-like. It's very creepy like that. And it's just got so much replay value. You never know what's going to happen. You can get on top of an enemy, ride him like a mount, make him attack the other large boss. It's really, really, really cool. At least, I think it is. This is a kind of a, I wouldn't say a cult classic, but... Usually we're tied to a military base, but some units were at small times, but not normally. Oh, okay, so the Department of National Defense as a whole in Canada is in almost every city in Canada. By the way, we are going to take on a new enemy, as well as on a new map. There's 5 big maps in this game. And believe it or not, after I'm done this, I might do a little bit of World of Warcraft, a little Call of Duty. It's hard to say. You have to understand, when I play this game, I mean, I love this game. I love it. And I love Call of Duty, but streaming them is a little bit not so relaxing. No offense. World of Warcraft, American Truck Simulator, and Skater XL. Those are my most relaxing games. I don't really feel relaxed when I'm playing this game because it's just so hardcore. Like, it's just absolutely insane. Like, right now I'm on a timer. I haven't even met the boss yet. He's like, oh boy. Like, can I jump down there? Probably. Let's do it. Okay, I guess I can. This is, again, like I said, a very new map. I'm kind of, you know, just discovering it. We do have a boss down there. We don't really want to play around with him because he's going to take up our time. We do have a time limit here. A time limit of 50 minutes. And believe me, that can go by pretty fast. Hello, Charlie. How's it going? Alright, I gotta pause it here. What cities is D&D in? I know that, like, there's only certain cities in Canada that are very, like, government with military and stuff like that. Is that what you're wearing? I take it back for the complaint. Huh? I'm so confused. Wearing, what am I wearing? What? How you doing, Charlie? But a thing I hate is when a game has no leather jackets or black tracksuits. Cody, you could try the game. It's a blast. Oh, yeah. And while there aren't finishing moves, there's a lot of really cool combos. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of moves. Right. Shiny Knight, I was going to ask for your channel. I forget if I asked. Were you planning on I think I asked you this yesterday, but I don't remember what the answer was. Oh, is it? Okay. Yes, there is, and that's my favorite kind of weapon. Are you planning on mainly doing live streams or regular uploads, or a bit of both on your channel? Just Switch for now, then PC later. Oh, yeah, this game is going to be for PC in 2022. There is no official word on whether or not this is going to come to console. Apart from the Switch, obviously, because that's what I'm on. But, I mean, I have a feeling it will. At some point. More uploads. Blues, do you live in Ontario? I'm in Ontario. More uploads, right. But I stream on most Fridays. Okay. Right. Yeah, that's kind of like me. I try to stream. I mean, even once a day is a lot. I used to stream 2-3 times a day. But for such a small amount of views that I get, it is a little bit exhausting in time. But I mean, I enjoy it so much. There's always, you know, the same couple of people that come by. So it's kind of like a virtual hangout sort of thing. It's just certain games I don't find as relaxing playing compared to others. Oh, you don't live in Ontario? Okay. Phil, I bought the Explorer's Edition of QRK. I don't know what that means. What's a QRK? Which has all the maps in Genesis and they installed. I tried to play Genesis and it says it's not installed and I tried everything. You mean Ark? I have like a schedule on my wall, but my friend is doing something. Oh, okay. Yes. What province do you live in, Blues, if you don't mind me asking? I live in Ontario. In Ontario there. Yeah, I haven't really been playing this game much. I've predominantly been playing this game while I'm streaming with you guys. Karma Chameleon? That's a, what's that dude's name? Boy George? I speak to Boy George on Twitter sometimes. True story. Where the hell am I going? I don't even know what I'm doing. Do I ever, though? Okay, apparently I can't go up there. But, yeah, I didn't think I could go there. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Hey, look at me. I don't disclose a lot of information either. But like I said, if anybody wants to try real hard, come at me, motherfuckers. You can find out where I live easily. It's one of those things that I don't hide, but I also don't actively go out of my way to be like, yeah, so I live in this city, in this province. Here's my longitude and latitude GPS coordinates. Come on down. Like, you know what I mean? There are a lot of wackos out there. There's some people that would love to apparently throw Molotov cocktails through my window. Because I do get political. A lot on Twitter. You know, the whole Trump thing and, you know, for 4 years making fun of him. Some people loved it, and then of course the other half hated it. I mean, isn't that like that with anything new? Right? You're either for or against something, right? It's left or right. And some people take their politics too seriously. Okay, here we go, boys and girls, or whatever you want to call yourself. That's up to you. But we has a new boss here. And he's right there, and I don't know. I'm just going to pause it just for a quick moment. Kind of get caught up with the stream. So Blues is undercover. The only thing we know about him is he is in Canada. Oh, I know that song. Boy George song. Phil, I have your IP. I'm going to make your lights flicker. Okay, I'm waiting. I was going to do something funny, but... My friend nearly broke my nose today. We were play fighting. Then he threw his shoe at my nose, and I heard a huge crack. Well, with COVID, I'd be more worried about him giving you the corona virus than a broken nose. Where I live, we're on lockdown. Hardcore stay-at-home order. We are not allowed to leave whatsoever unless it's for exercise or secret military, you know, operations. Like recon op shit. I don't know all the terminology, so anybody who's in the army will know I'm full of shit. I always like to pretend my family is huge into the military, but I chose not to go the military route. Instead, I chose to teach martial arts. Shotokan karate. That was my path in life. Seriously, that's what I did for many years when I was younger. Military wasn't my thing, as much as I enjoy the idea of it. There were certain things about it that were just, no offense, you know, not really for me. I was like, I'll let other people do that. Military stuff. And while you're out in the military serving the country, I will teach your kids martial arts. I will teach them how to lay the smackdown on those bully bitches at school. I taught adults as well, but... teaching kids is actually harder than adults. Because those little bastards don't always want to listen. And my sensei said I had a way with speaking and stuff, so I was like, okay. It was actually a lot harder. Can you imagine telling kids that are like fucking 4 or 5 years old, okay, now stand still. Nope, turn your toe so it's not on an angle. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, you can barely get kids to do anything. Now you want them to symmetrically get their footing and their punches all perfect and shit. And, oh yeah, some wild shit. Not quite as wild as what's going on here. If you're into Ark Survival Evolved, you just got a taste of it there. Baseball season, bitch. Come on. I gotta pick up my loot. Don't mind me if I do. Scorched ore. I'll periodically look at the chat, but, I mean, you have to understand I'm actually in a fight right now. That is not too shabby. You could see that purple hue that glows from him. That's because I have a poison sword. See? Bam! That was kind of like a finishing move.
Get back here!
Get over here! Alright. This is actually going a lot better than I thought.
Yoink!
Now I just have to catch up to him. It only took me a half hour to find him. To begin with. Do I have a trap? No. I never brought a motherfucking trap. Okay. Whatever. Oh, too slow, bitch. Too slow. Nope.
Nice one.
Oh, right in the face. I bet he appreciated that. I knew he was going to hit me. But, to be honest, I didn't really care. Because the guy hits like a wet ramen noodle.
Are you okay?
Oh, I think he just farted. That definitely looks like diarrhea gas. Come on. Ah, for real? That was a hard hit. So he stunned me, so I wasn't able to move. But this guy's definitely done. He just doesn't know it yet. Wow, that's quite the tongue. But yeah, this shit's pretty intense. When it does that beep thing, like a warning, I still don't know what that means. Ooh. See, there's where all your moves are. You ruined my combo. I should circumcise him just for that. But now that he's tired...
Needs fixing.
Okay. Minecraft. What? I am so confused. Whoops, I just smacked the fucking microphone again. I'm on star level 4 or 5 for the village quests. I haven't done much of the village ones because they're a lot harder. Let me look up and see if I missed anything. Exactly. We were actually talking about this recently. There was a special forces unit overseas a few years ago in an undisclosed area, and the enemy had our 1020. Motherfucker, it was almost a 187. You copy that? 10-4. You see what I did there? Watching too many military movies. Oh, I taught it. What do you mean, am I sure if I taught it? Do I look too crazy to teach anything? What do we got? I had COVID. Oh, the test. Because our school gave us a test kit and told us what to do so I don't have the corona. I really don't know a lot about Canadian history, now that I think about it. Don't worry, I don't either. Nothing's on topic in these streams. Phil, do you play Minecraft? Or as I say, Minecraft? Scooby Wabbit? No, I don't. I mean, you know, I played a little bit, but not much. What? But did you see what I did there? They had disclosed your 1020. Is that the proper code for location? And then as a result of that, someone was going to get a 187. Guys, I'm a make a new world on Minecraft. Survival or get out. Nothing's going to be bad. Like I said, people can find out my 1020. And I'll make them do a fucking 180 right back out the door. Or the window or the roof or wherever they want to come from. Listen, when you stream, you're on the internet. The information's bound to get out. Right? It's like, people know where Tom Cruise lives. People know where Keemstar lives. People know where Markiplier lives. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just a matter of time before you become relevant enough to someone that they must know where you live. But then that doesn't really do anything. Because with where I live, you wouldn't be able to get to me anyways, even if you knew where I lived. That's the thing. So that's kind of the irony behind all of this. Nope. That's one hell of a bibbit on the wall there. That's the wrong code? I thought 1020. Well, when I was in security, I used to run a security company as well. I used to install alarm systems, and I assisted the RCMP in Yellowknife with domestic dispute calls. I used to do head counts in the bars and stuff to make sure we weren't over capacity. I used to do fucking patrolling on ice patrol on the skidoos in the winter on Great Slave Lake. Make sure people weren't speeding and shit like that. I was like a cop on the ice. And every now and again they would radio in and they'd be like, "What's your 1020?" It'd be like, "I'm still on the same lake, the one you told me to stay on. How do you read me? I read you 5x5 control. All right, 10-4, whatever." I don't remember all the codes, but 1020 was the funniest one I remembered because I was always in the same fucking place, but they kept asking me where I was. I was like, well, shouldn't you know where I am? You told me to be here. This is where my contract is, right? So it was just kind of funny. Hey, no problem. Oh, is he trying to go to sleep? No. He looks grumpy. Maybe he needs a Snickers bar. Where the... Oh. Didn't realize he jumped for a second. I was like, where the hell did he go? I don't know if this thing is like a hybrid badger, dragon head, armadillo, beetle looking thing. It's like a blend of like fucking 4 or 5 creatures. I'm still trying to make out what this thing is. And maybe that is the idea behind some of their creatures in Monster Hunter. They get their inspirations from real creatures. Well, not that dragons really exist, but you know what I mean. And then they just kind of blend them. Well, in your unit, what's the code for location? Or is that classified as well? Because I know police codes aren't like private. But I had a friend that was a military police, and man, he just couldn't tell you shit. Like, he just couldn't tell you anything. He's like, the less people know, the better.
After it!
I was like, can you tell me how they say hello?
Go!
It would be preferred that that information is not divulged at this time. And I'd be like, okay. Because, you know, it's that whole concept, right? Seriously, just the less people know, the better. There's just no need for people to even know some of the simplest things, right? Oh no, believe me, my place is unreachable. It's surrounded by an electric barbed-wired fence. So, I mean, unless you want to get shredded and electrocuted, be my guest. Something shiny. Oh. Right now I'm just working on finishing this urgent mission. And then after that, I'm kind of wanting to play World of Warcraft. I keep doing this to myself. I love playing this game. It's just so incredibly distracting. It's almost worse than playing Call of Duty. If I'm doing a boss fight like this, like a large fight, and I don't know the fight and it's new, it's just a little bit, it's a little daunting. If it was like one of the easier, you know, bosses, or I was just farming materials, I was on an expedition, there was no timer, it wouldn't be as big of a deal. I mean, this technically still isn't a deal. The only thing that's difficult right now is that I'm on a timer. It literally took me, you know, like, what, 20 minutes to find this prick? And then I only have so much time to kill him. Ooh, that was close.
Concentrate. Just you wait.
Oh, would you piss off?
Needs fixing.
I don't care what he's doing. That was worth it. And I'm just getting annoyed at this point. I just, like, want to get in his face and just fuck him up. I don't even feel like dodging.
Just a bit more.
Look at Gimpy there. Gimpy McGee. Fuck it. I'll pause it for a second. So is the D&D like the CIA? Because I don't really have a frame of reference for D&D. Yeah, MPs are uptight to begin with. Military personnel aren't like that. Yeah, I don't know why military police are like that. I don't know. They're a little... Yeah. Not at all shiny. That would be CSIS. Oh, yeah, CSIS. Oh, I'm addicted to this game too, Caesar. D&D is the civilian side of defense. D&D is the civilian side of defense rather than... Are you... Now, are you allowed to tell me this? Are you civilian or are you military? Because you said deployed, so I got confused. I thought you were military. But if D&D is civilian side only... I actually have a friend who works... well, an old friend. We don't talk anymore. He works for D&D. I see you're not using helm splitter. What the fuck is a helm splitter? Yeah, this has to be my favorite Monster Hunter to date. Oh, the PSP Monster Hunter, yeah. R. R is to run. No, I have not heard that song. All I've been doing is farming. And farming. Funny, I'm still at 4-star quest because all I've been doing is farming. Yeah, I've been kind of farming the village quests. Oh. This is important. If I had a trap, I could have trapped him, but whatever. He's trying to take a little siesta there. There we go. Holy shit. It looked like he was stuck on the ceiling for a second.
Let's see.
Volvidin. It's a Volvo. I just killed the dinosaur or the monster version of a Volvo. Literally, a Volvi rickrack. I see what they did there. No, you want some of this? Yeah, exactly. You better run.
Thanks, buddy. Here we go.
Yeah, I know. I'm just fucking around, man. Remember what I said earlier. On stream, I get very, very distracted.
Quest complete.
Oh yeah, for me, this game is pretty near perfect. You can have both on both sides, just one of the greater number there are military who work for D&D. There are just more civilians, and most were previously in the forces. Oh, okay. Yeah, my old friend is not in the forces. He was never in the forces, but I think he's up there. He works in the... I forget what he does. We've never really spoken about it. So that didn't overly take too long. I'll probably do a little bit of World of Warcraft just because it's a lot more laid back. Have you ever heard of a UK rapper called Stormzy? I have not. Take it easy, Shiny. Thanks for stopping by. I probably won't be around, to be honest, until tomorrow. Well, you just asked me to stop by. Oh. No! I don't want to give you my Dragonite ore, you prick.
See you.
I ain't giving you nothing. Nothing! Thanks for your... What help? Did I give it to him? Better not have. I'll take it back from him. How have I not heard of UK? Well, because he's in the UK. I'm not in the UK. I'm in Canada. And I live in a very small bubble called YouTube. I upload, I live stream, and I upload. I play guitar, I work out, I play some more guitar, I upload some more. I work out again. Then I clean. Where in that time am I going to magically hear of some random dude in the UK that raps? You see what I'm saying? I have no idea who that is. Stormzy is like, last rapper I knew was like fucking Tupac, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg. I know who those guys are. Bugsy Malone? I know a dude called Post Malone. I'm not too sure who Bugsy Malone is. Alright, let me just talk to this person really quick so I have a chat bubble. I was walking through some gloomy caverns, getting a really creepy vibe. I panicked. Please, can you go find my stuff? Oh boy. Oh yeah, I know Bone Thugs and Harmony. I know that shit. Sure. Blues. Let me see if I can give you a well, actually, you wouldn't be allowed to answer this, I don't think, because it would kind of give away a lot of stuff. I was going to ask if you knew a lot of people that work at D&D. I don't know, like, how tight-knit it is. I was going to ask you if you knew an old friend of mine named David. I think he's been there for, like, a quarter of a century. But if you said yes or no, then you know what I mean? Well, no, actually, even if you did know him, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're in the same location, right? Like, I don't know if people from different parts of the province or the country talk amongst each other. Because I know some other organizations, some other businesses and stuff like that, no matter what it is, people virtually talk amongst themselves, like, throughout the entire country. So people from British Columbia could know people from Newfoundland, so on and so forth. Do I play with my viewers? I think I'm a little too old for that. I mean, I have a couple of times. It's rare that I play a game that the people that watch are into at the same time. Alright, so for now, I think what I'm going to do is just straight up close this one. I'll put it in sleep mode. And then give me a moment and I'll switch over to my PC. How you doing there, Terrell? What games do you play? I'm just about to switch it over to my PC. Well, that's weird. I haven't really been playing this much last week, and I'm paying for it. Outcast. Oh, Outcast, the game. Isn't that a horror game? I know, which is why I said that, right? He was I'll tell you Blues about him just because it's kind of semi-relevant to the conversation. Because I have Monster Hunter Rise as well. Oh, okay. Hub quests are better for upgrading weapons, and gear. Village quests are kind of suck when it... Well, yeah, they're just a little bit easier. I've just been sort of like mucking around, you know what I mean? I've just been messing around. Yeah, when you were talking about D&D, and I said my old friend, he was a friend I grew up with when we were kids. He was from the Philippines. And the guy used to be a real prick to his uncle. He was having some issues, so he was living with him and his sister, which was obviously my friend's mother. Nice to me, though. We've known each other so long, man. We played, like, the very first Zelda on Nintendo. That's how old we are. The very first, like, Mario Brothers ever that came out, like, when it first came out. We, like, ran to the store and, like, bought it. And it was a funny story because when you said D&D, like, right away, it just kind of made me go, oh, man. But anyways, we went to martial arts together. We went to school, all these things. And then one day, things didn't end up so well for me. As I've said, like, I've had some pretty wicked jobs. And he used to always like, oh man, that's really good that you're doing all that. Because I would excel at everything I did, right? Because I put the time in. And eventually, I ended up not doing so well. And I ended up on disability. And then when he found that out and I messaged him, he blocked me. Folks, that's how fucked some people are. I can't believe Hub runs as smoothly as it does on the Switch. Hub? Hub runs. Why would Hub runs be any different in terms of performance? Oh, okay. So you throw away like a 22-year friendship because you're some big badass that works for D&D and you're up there and you're making the good money. But you're such a superficial fucking bitch that you'll actually block and forever block out someone because they don't work anymore. Holy fuck, they're not fucking around. What's your aggro range? God damn. Anyways, you can see how tough that was. In a way, this is harder than Monster Hunter. But it's not as intense because you can kind of break away from the fight a little bit easier. At least for the most part. But yeah, I've been wanting to do this quest for almost a week, to be honest. I'm only level 22. I still haven't had a chance to figure out what I want to do in WoW, that whole thing that I was doing until I got distracted with some other games. Hello, Louise. How's it going? Are you new to the channel, by any chance? I always ask when unfamiliar faces make their way into the stream. Why is there always two of them? I at least want to get this guy. Oh, I see. Okay. You don't remember why? Yeah. I don't know why most people subscribe either. Don't feel bad. I play so many video games. I just do so many things. I'm kind of all over the place. So, people subscribe to me for like 15,000 different reasons. So, sometimes when they see me live streaming, they go, oh, this is the weirdo that I subscribe to. They generally... Actually, for the most part, they kind of tend to remember where they've seen me, but there's an amount of people as well, they have no idea who I am. They're like, you were recommended to me, I'm subscribed to you, but I don't know who you are. I was like, well, it happens. So yeah, this game, naturally, a lot more laid back, but still very difficult in its own way. Classic World of Warcraft. Yeah, people who don't support friends when they're down are useless. You don't mix work with personal life, so it shouldn't have met. Well, we didn't work together. I never worked for D&D, but because he's up there, and I was up there, but doing my own thing, you know, he was always like, he respected me for that. But then once things got shitty, you know. I have Discord, yeah. I don't usually use it. Every time people ask me for my Discord name, I give it to them, and they say they can never find me. So I kind of gave up with Discord, so I stick to Twitter. It will have been something to do with WoW Classic, but what is this that you're doing now? I don't know if it would have been World of Warcraft Classic, no offense. I mean, I don't make like any guide or tutorial videos on World of Warcraft Classic. I just kind of do this rambling on kind of stuff where I just randomly play different characters trying to figure out what I want to do long term for streaming, because I want to keep a few games that are like my go-tos, my fallback games, in between regularly scheduled AAA title games. You know, so like when your Witchers and your Grand Theft Autos and your Watch Dogs and all that kind of stuff, you know, come out, Hitman, naturally I'm going to talk about those games. But when those games lose their hype and there's not much to talk about anymore, what do you do at that point? Well, I'm not just going to twiddle my thumbs. So I'm going to play a game. Some of my go-to games are Call of Duty and World of Warcraft. I'm still kind of on the fence between retail and classic, but I don't do any guides or anything like that. So unless you've just watched some random casual gameplay footage of me, then it wouldn't have been from that. Well, there we go. Also, it does sound like you had an interesting career. I'm sorry things got shitty for a while. Yeah. Well, I mean, it sucks because, again, this isn't like a bragging thing. It's just to share with you how things are. You know, I was still a teenager, man. And I dropped out of high school. And you know, because I had lost my best friend who got killed. And the, you know, the on-site psychiatrist at the school recommended that I take a break. That's just how bad it was, because I had just lost one of my other really good friends to suicide like the fucking year before that. Like, not even a year before that. So it was just like a little bit too much. Then I had my mother that was constantly like trying to kill herself, in and out of the hospital, the psych ward, and all that. So it kind of fucks with you, you know? So I was still a teenager. I went through all that, and I still managed to somehow slip my way through the cracks. And I was legit, you know, co-running a security company, installing alarm systems, like I said, assisting the RCMP with, you know, certain tasks like domestic dispute calls, because there was a lot of them where I lived, doing head counts, you know, in bars on the weekend to make sure there's not too many people going on the lake on a skidoo, making sure people aren't speeding and stuff like that, or drinking and skidooing, or whatever, if you ever had to do any type of search and rescue. So to do all that kind of really cool shit that's like, you know, wow, I'm a teenager and I'm doing this shit, and I never even finished high school. You know, to go from that to, you know, to being on disability, doing nothing, fucking playing video games in your mid-40s on YouTube, it's not quite what I had aspired to be. Not like I exactly planned this shit out to, you know, to work out this way. But it did, you know. Then you get caught up in the drugs, the alcohol, the depression, all that fucking bullshit. Nobody understands you. They think you're fucked because you are fucked. And then you have people like that guy I told you about, like when you mentioned D&D, it just thing, you know, the one person that I knew. I was like, yeah, there's a prime example of someone that I was friends with for about 22, 23 years. Never had an argument. Nothing. Like I said, we grew up together, went to school together, went to martial arts together. We played tennis together, like on an official team, like a club there. You do all these things. You never have one fucking dispute in almost a quarter of a century. But shit happens. You end up on the system. And they're just like, psh, you're done. They just cut you out that easy. So it was a life lesson. It taught me that, you know, it doesn't matter how long you've known someone for. It doesn't matter that you've been through the thick and thin together. Most people have something that's a little bit shallow about them. And, you know, for him, he was like, I can't associate with this guy. I work at the motherfucking D&D. You know what I mean? What's this guy doing? What? You know? So, he didn't say anything. That was the thing. He didn't say anything. Oh, in case you're wondering how I know, by the way. Oh, the story gets so good. Sorry, I have to share this. The story gets really good here. How I found out that that was likely the reason, I had just assumed that was the reason. So his uncle, I used to call him Tito, because that's, you know, Filipino for uncle. Like I said, he used to make fun of him, because back in the early 80s when we hung out, Arthur was on disability. He had some anxiety and depression, so he was living with his sister and he wasn't working. He was down and out and all that. I should have picked up the clues back then. You know what I mean? And I kind of did. And I used to defend him. I was like, dude, you're so harsh on your uncle. Like, back the fuck up. You know, and this is like when we were like 9, 10 years old. Well, he remembered that. He overheard me defending him. So like some several years later, I run into his uncle in the middle of the street out of nowhere. And now he's like a computer engineer. He lives on his own. He's off disability. And he's like, you don't worry, Phil. He goes, you're a good kid. You've always been good. You always had my back. I said, how'd you know that? He goes, oh, I used to overhear you talking, you know, yelling at David. You know, his mother was always wondering why you two were fighting. He goes, it's because you were telling him to piss off, to, you know, lay off your uncle. And he's like, and now you're in the same situation? And he goes, don't be surprised why he's not talking to you. It's because you're not all high and mighty like he is. And I was like, wow. Pretty fucking messed up shit. That's weird. I don't play anything else. I don't think. So I'm not sure why else I would subscribe. Like I said, I don't know why most people do either. That's a lot to put on a young... Yeah. A lot of best friends and family members in junior high school. Oh, I lost a best friend, sorry. And a family member in junior high school, so I can relate. Yeah. No, it doesn't. I was supposed to start off down and out and work my way to doing all these cool things that I was doing. Because I was aspiring to be like a detective. Or, you know, like some type of police officer working with forensics or something like that. Like, I mean, I had, you know, my shit going on. But, you know, things went sideways and didn't quite work out that way. So, you know, what do? You pull the plug and you say screw life, or you adapt. So that's why I have that saying, you know, adapt or perish, right? That's all you can do. So who cares if, you know, half a lifetime ago I did some really cool shit, and now I'm mangling dwarves disguised as a fucking lion with horns in a video game. You know, the way this is going, this might end up paying more than the other job I had. So, whatever, as long as I can survive and what I do is legal, you know, I don't really care where the money's coming from. Whereas I still have some old acquaintances, shall we say, that are up to no good for making money, and I'm just not into that. Oh, nothing. Yeah, well, I mean, it's like I said, right? My live streams are predominantly actually about chatting. The gameplay is supposed to be secondary. Like, I could be AFK not doing anything, and someone could be like, bro, man, come on, man, just fucking play the game, man. I've had that happen once or twice, and then that's when I'm like, did you read the title? Did you read the thumbnail to the, you know, the live stream? What did it say? Chat and gaming. The chatting is first. The gaming is secondary. Don't even pay attention to the gaming. Also, are these the people I saw in that one Night Elf stream that never returned? Adapt and overcome. Yeah, I say adapt or perish. I'm being a little bit more dramatic that way, but yeah. Which people? No, most people that subscribe to me never come back. To the live streams, that is. Remember, we've made that joke, or I would have like fucking 800 people in my live stream right now. Don't forget, I've been streaming for a year, and I've accrued approximately close to 800 new subscribers. So out of my 14,000 subs that I have on YouTube, almost 1,000 of that is from live streams in the last year. But where the fuck are they? Again, we can joke about that. They come in. I don't tell anybody to subscribe to my... I don't even know when there's new people in here unless they tell me they're new. And some of them subscribe. Every stream, I get 1 to 3 new subscribers. If I, you know, stream for a good couple of hours, I'm getting about... yeah, I'm getting quite a few new subscribers from the live streams alone. But like I said, most of them subscribe, but I mean, not to be rude, they might as well not bother. Because none of them... Well, I mean, some of them, the 5 or 6 that usually are in here, are the only ones that have come back. Everybody else, they've just vanished off the face of the earth. And then sometimes I'll have an odd regular that's been around for a lot of months. And then sometimes, you know, things happen. They vanish as well. And then there'll be somebody else new that almost like replaces them. And so what ends up happening with that is the number always stays the same. It never grows past about 5 or 6. In the upwards of 10 to 12 on a, you know, on a really good day. On YouTube, I don't agree with Twitch community on it. Yeah, I mean, I like the platform of Twitch in the sense of like user interface. Like I said, I get a lot of people that always come in, they're always threatening me. And it becomes stressful for the other people that are watching. You can't really block people on YouTube. You see, Twitch, what they've done right, one of the few things they've done right on Twitch is the following. Let's go for a little journey. On Twitch, you can have it so that nobody can chat in your stream unless they've been following you for X amount of times. Have they just been following you for 5 minutes? They can't chat if you don't want them to. Do you want it so that it's a day, an hour, 10 days, a week, a month, a year? No one is going to follow you on Twitch and wait for a month or a week just to say the N-word or say some stupid racist thing and then leave. And then make a new account, have to wait another month just to say that same thing again. No one does that. Whereas on YouTube, I don't have that kind of control. I don't have that kind of power. Yeah. So it's a little bit annoying. Anyways, nothing too exciting going on here. I am going to have to go pretty soon, actually. In just a few minutes. I was a little bit later than I would have liked for streaming, but I was busy, and then I was experimenting with a new quesadilla machine that I made. I didn't make the machine, but I was playing around with it. It's the George Foreman quesadilla machine. And I was trying to make wraps instead of a quesadilla in it, and it worked out pretty good. Just playing around with that, cleaning up. I worked out super hard today. I went out jogging like 2 or 3 times today. Went for a drive. It was just so nice out. I couldn't help it. So, William, if you're still in here, you prefer watching this game over Monster Hunter? Oh, no, he stopped. Oh, okay.
I thank you.
That was cool of him. He turned around, went out of his way to buff me because I buffed him. Again, I'm telling you, the people in this game, they're, for the most part, oh man, they're amazing. There's something special about people that play WoW, and especially Classic. It's a different type of crowd. It really, really is. Like, you could break it down psychologically, how people behave in World of Warcraft Classic versus retail. And it's not to say that there isn't an exception to the rule, because there's always going to be an exception to the rule. Every rule is meant to be broken. You're back. All right. I was gonna say, if you can message me on, do you have Twitter, Blues? Do you got the Twitter? Actually, you know what? Let's go in here and fly down to Ratchet. Not rat shit, but Ratchet. You know, like a hatchet, but with an R. Anyways. Yeah. If you want someday, you can message me on there. I want to tell you something funny. And you don't have to reply. Like, you don't have to answer it. It's a statement. It'll be funny. Oh, that's cool. But yeah, this game, again, you know, the people that you meet here.
What brings you
like,
here?
think about that for a second, the psychology behind this. Let me explain this. So you play retail, you ask questions, everybody says, why don't you fucking Google it, you noob, or, you know, first of all, you can't really buff anyone, but, I mean, you sort of kind of can, just a little bit less in retail, right? And no one ever thanks you, no one ever, you know, you offer someone help. Hey guys, anybody need a hand out here while I'm out here? You know, I'm just flying around. Does anybody need a quick hand with a quest real quick? People whisper you, no one needs your help. It's retail, bitch. It's easy mode. It's like, okay, you don't have to be so fucking rude about it, though. You know? Not that I'm butthurt by it. It's just like, holy fuck, some people are just real fucking pieces of shit. So that's like one extreme on retail. And then, you know, they're just like very like instant gratification. Then you take a game like World of Warcraft Classic, and it takes you back in time. Literally almost 2 decades. But it also does a lot more than recapturing the essence that is World of Warcraft Classic in terms of the core gameplay and mechanics. It also faithfully brings back those types of people. And that's how you could break it down psychologically, because that's what makes it more immersive. This is an online game after all. It's an MMOR fucking PG. You know? And if the people are the same they are on retail in this day and age, it changes the whole landscape of the game regardless of the mechanics and everything being a copy and paste of 2004's WoW. But the type of people that play these games have to have a little bit more resiliency. Or maybe no life. But I'm just saying. So in my case, no life. And you have to be really patient. You really, really got to be patient in this game. It is an absolute fucking grind fest. It's difficult. It's unforgiving. It's relentless. Right? And those qualities that you need in a person, no joke, you see it. Because as I'm playing around, you got like that guy. He followed me for like 10 seconds. I just didn't want to stop because I didn't want to assume he was going to buff me. I'd be like, oh, I know what he's doing. They go out of their way. They turn around. They buff you or they whisper you. Just such a small gesture. It means nothing. I buff someone. They whisper me, hey, man, thanks a lot. I'm like, it's just a buff. But they're being polite. They're being, you know, grateful. I've been playing this game for 17 fucking years. There's nobody on retail in the past, like, fucking, you know, decade that ever thanks you for shit. People just love to troll you. They don't thank you. They don't follow you. They don't whisper you and personally say, hey, man, I appreciate that. Like, it's just, you know, it's completely different. It's absolutely insane how different this game is, even from that perspective. No, I didn't mean you weren't going to answer me. I was just... When you message me, you'll see what I'm saying. You'll be... It's going to be one of those, like, eureka moments for you. You'll be like, ah, okay. Hello, Josh and Crystal. Remember, folks, Josh and Crystal is a fraud. He's a liar. It's not really Josh and Crystal. We have been made aware in a prior stream that it is in fact just Josh. That's why the last name is short, because we're short that one person, which is Crystal. She's not with us. I'm being cringy. Am I not allowed to do that? I'm never getting Twitter. All I've ever heard about it is snowflakes with two emotions. I'm on Twitter. I use it to post video game photos. Right? They harass a girl just for using a hairstyle in Animal Crossing. This game can be... Oh, because it's difficult. It's very time-consuming. Hey, welcome back, Shiny. No. Josh and Crystal's good. Oh, Louise is still here. I just play classic. I never played retail. Nah. Anyhow. What the hell was I doing? I don't even know. But yeah, I do have to end the stream in about a minute there. There's a few other things I want to do before I call it the night, because I am just worn out. Big time. Oh, I didn't even realize I was that close to leveling up. Well, son of a gun. Would you look at that? Am I missing out on retail? Well, you know, just for you, let me show you a little something. Alright. So you see my druid? This is my cat form. Okay? I'm like a lion. That's it. That's it. Okay? That's the bear form. That's it. I will never be able to be anything else. Now let me show you this. Yeah, I know. I just beat Assassin's Creed Odyssey and got a good ending. Well, that's good. To me, all endings are good. Alright, so take a look at my cat. Meow, meow, meow. Let me show you my night elf, druid, on white mane. Elonidas is his name. And there we go. Guided by the light of Elune, the young night elf druid must choose a path of whether or not he wishes to be a night elf or a big fucking cow beef jambon looking Tauren minotaur. And when I'm a cat, I'm not a lion, but I am the purple kitty. Meow meow. Okay? There's no customization. The customization is you pick Horde or Alliance. When you're in bear form, instead of a brown bear, you're like a silverish gray bear. And there's no horns. Now I'm going to show you what's appealing about retail. Let me show you. There are some really cool things about retail. But the world is dead, the people are shit. Self-entitled, prissy little bitches. There's just no way of sugarcoating it. If you want to fly around, you want to run into people, you want to feel connected, you don't play retail. You don't do that. You just don't do that. But if you want to be antisocial, you want to be a sociopath, and you want to look like a flaming fire kitty like that with wicked animations that glows, and you want to be able to run around as a kitty, jump in the air and turn into a pterodactyl that can fly off into midair, that can then, you know, turn into a fucking tree, Or maybe turn into a glowing bear. With the rage of Ursal himself. Then you play retail. Because, man, does he ever look sexy. He's flashy. Plus, I could change his color. Do I want him blue? Do I want him pink? Do I want him black? I won't show it to you because it'll just take too long. Oh. I just got bigger. I took my protein and my creatine. With the cat form, I can be the same style cat as this. But I can be blue. I could be green. There's multiple different types of cat forms I can be. You're not gonna get the shit in Classic. I'm all about the bling bling and the flashiness. But where the fuck is everyone? This is Strangle fucking Veil. No, Stranglethorn fucking Veil. Whatever. There's no one here. There's no one ever around anywhere. Oh, nice. Looks like we have a lot in common, Blues. Monster Hunter, WoW, playing the Frost Death Knight, kicking some ass. So, you see, there's lots of mounts. This is retail. You can fly. Things are pretty. Oh, so pretty. Whee! The Ashes of Alar. Famously found inside the raid in the Burning Crusade. Or maybe I want to be... Seriously. Or maybe I want to ride like a little fox. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. And then, like Prancer, like Dasher. You know, Santa Claus's reindeers. Not that I have all their names memorized. Kaboom. I just grew some wings. This looks like a lot of fun. It's too bad there's nobody else around to fucking see it. Not so fun now, is it? All that flash, no bang. There's nothing. This is Nessing Wary Expedition. One of the most infamous spots in the history of World of Warcraft. Famous for the non-stop bloodshed, ganking that goes on here. Does it look like there's anything going on here? There ain't shit going on here. So is retail fun? Depends. If you want to look cool, you want to queue up for a battleground, you can queue up for a battleground right here. Boom, let's do it. Battleground. Boom, joined it in midair. On a flying fox, I've just joined a battleground. Now, I gotta wait for it to pop, obviously. Whereas on retail, there's no flying. There's nothing flashy. There's lots of people, though. And if you want to do a battleground, yeah, you're not doing it in the middle of the field. You got to go all the way back to the capital city, talk to an NPC, and queue for a battleground there. It is unforgiving. It's relentless. It's a time sink. But god damn, it's so rewarding. This game, what does it reward you with? Oh, thank you so much, Blues. Much appreciated. Okay, I was looking at the chat to make sure I didn't miss anything else. Because again, sometimes when I get a donation there, it still catches me off guard each time, right? Because from the corner of my eye, I could see my laptop, and then I just see like a big, gigantic, like yellow thing from the corner of my eye. And I'm all like, no, my old MacBook, like I always think like something's gone wrong with the screen or something. And I was like, oh, sweet, it's money. That's always good. Thank you. Yeah, that's why I get pretty strict too with, the people that come in here, right? I could have probably had a couple of extra people in the stream, but they're just idiots. They're trolls. You know what I mean? They're not contributing in any way. They're not just sitting there enjoying the stream, or they're not conversing with anybody in the chat. You can be goofy, you can be silly, but, there's just certain things some people do, and I'm just like, man, if you think I'm that desperate for a couple of extra people in my viewers, or in my stream to have some extra viewers, and you don't think I'm going to ban you, you got something else coming. The other day, it was funny. I had 14 or 15 people in my live stream. And I was like, all right, boys and girls, break out the ban hammer because it's time to knock some people out of here. Because the joke was, there's no way all these new people are all like just, you know what I mean? And there was like 3 or 4 trolls in there. So we took them all out. And, yeah, see? There's no one. There's no one here. But it's fun to stream because I can go anywhere I want in the game. I can showcase the world. I can fly up high in the sky. And we can just kind of, just take it all in, the scenery. But there's just nothing in terms of atmosphere. There's nothing like reminiscing through the old days. Like just going back to classic. That's just the way it is. It's a lot more rewarding. And, to trade off or counteract the fact that it's so slow and monotonous and all that, and difficult, you have it so that when a new expansion comes out, you don't have to go to the new expansion. As a matter of fact, you can move your character to the new expansion. And then what ends up happening is you can take your character and copy him on another server that will remain forever on that expansion. So what does that mean? Well, once you have the best gear and you put a little bit of time here and a little bit of time there, and you get him geared out, you will never have to gear out that character again. Right? It's like classic WoW. What's the highest tiered gear? Tier 3. So if you've got even Tier 2, whatever, some Tier 3, you want to keep your character in Classic and have one move on to the Burning Crusade, which is a lot more accessible for people. You can much more easily gear. Give you a time perspective. You're looking at 15 to 16 hours a day to become a Grand Marshal and get fully epiced out in PvP and Classic. 15 hours a day. But if you put in a measly 1 hour a week, that's a fraction. In the Burning Crusade, you can get PvP gear. In the Burning Crusade. Way more accessible. Most people can find an hour. Most people I used to do arenas with, funny enough, were military. Some of them were deployed overseas. They were hooked up to a laptop, and they're like, all right, boys, it's time to do some arenas. And we'd do some huge 3v3s or 5v5s, and we'd just whoop some ass. And, oh man, it was just a blast. So that's what's also been going through my mind. Because like I said, I don't want to just play one game on my streams. I want to do a couple of games like Call of Duty, World of Warcraft tend to be my main games with American Truck Simulator and Skater XL, even though I haven't played those lately. So sort of like those 3 or 4 fallback games that I, again, fall back on in between new games. But every time there's a new shiny game that comes out and I've got the money to be able to afford it, I'll buy it. I'll stream it, I'll upload footage on it like I've been doing with Monster Hunter, because it's the new game now. It's no longer Hitman 3, it's Monster Hunters, right? So I'll stick with what's current, try to sneak in an extra couple of views or subs to my channel. And that's essentially what I'm trying to be, is just the showcase guy. I don't really review the games, I give you my impressions of the games. I show you footage, you come in, you ask questions. Can you do this in that game? Can you transmog? Is there multiplayer? Things that a review won't always tell you. Even some of the best reviews ever will not answer all your questions because it would just take too long. That's why I showcase the main menu, the settings. What languages are the games in? You'd be surprised how many people keep thanking me. Oh man, thank you for letting me know that the game has Russian or Polish. Or whatever, thanks for letting me know that I can change the camera distance 6 different ways. No one talks about that. But it's important, like some people play World of Warcraft, they review it and they're just like this the whole time. Well, you don't even know that you can zoom out this far. That you can zoom in so close that you can actually go first person. Most people don't talk about that. I don't know what's... Oh, he's a... Oh, there's another colored bear. You're not supposed to be doing that. I don't think it's working out, though. Really? That doesn't... Oh, I'm getting attacked by the guards. Oh, that's not working out well. Something is not working here. I don't really care if I die, honestly. There is something that's not adding up, though. If he's 55, how did he have 42,000? And I only had 5. I had, like, I don't know, something didn't add up there. I couldn't do any damage to him, and he's at 55. I don't understand what the fuck was going on there. Quality over quantity, yeah. I sound like a Murloc. Oh. What? I forget what I said that sounded... I don't remember. Phil, you're not meant to be the law enforcement. Oh. Yeah, no, that was kind of weird. I'm actually really confused. Because I'm level 60. There's something I don't quite understand. So he's 40,000. How does he have more health than I do and I'm level 60? They must have changed something where when you're in world PvP, his level doesn't matter? And it's gear-based? Well, you saw how much damage I took. Now, before the expansion, I was top dog. I had the best gear, or one of the best gears. Nobody could ever kill me, ever. I don't know if those guards were attacking me, though, because if those guards were attacking me, oh my god, that's probably maybe why I died so fast as well. But then why wasn't he dying? Because he's attacking the guards. He's not taking any damage. That makes absolutely no sense to me. And he had a weird absorption thing, too. So that was kind of interesting. But anyhow, it just goes to show you, when you're out-geared, even though I don't get it, let me just try one more time. Let me just see. It's been a while. Yeah, see, look at how much damage he's doing to me. There's definitely something not adding up there. I don't get it. Look at the damage that he's doing to me, and I can barely touch him. And I haven't PvP'd in a while, but this is just really weird. See, look at his health. He's already back up to 100%. I can't do that. Look at my health. Makes no sense, and he's in the gray on top of that. That's actually kind of fucking stupid when you think about it. And look at his health when he heals himself and he does the same skill I do. Look at how much health he gets back, and look at how much health I got. I got nothing. Look at that. He's already at 60% health. There's definitely something not adding up. Grapevine on Destromath. So I'm going to tell you something. He's a 55, I'm a 60. So last expansion, when I was decently geared, and I wasn't even top geared, I used to solo 3 people at the same time, my level. Now I can't take somebody out that's 5 levels below me. It's part of that gear grind thing, too, that I talked about, but I don't know. I still don't understand. Grapevine on Destromath. I'd have to look him up. Oh, and I went arg. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is weird, because he's just not taking any damage. And when he heals himself, he's able to heal himself a lot better than I can. Now, in my defense, I have shit gear, but I'm level 60. He's only level 55. He's an entire expansion behind. Remember, 60 is the new 120. Since the expansion came out. Grapevine on Destromath. Yeah, I don't really get that. Not only that, he killed me faster than two. Has anybody ever watched me do PvP? Back around Christmas time, before the expansion dropped? Does anybody remember watching me on my bear in retail doing Battlegrounds? I would get up to 50 kills and I wouldn't even die a single time. And I would have a bunch of people whacking the shit out of me. My skin, like I was doing really good. So there's just something that's not adding up here at all. It just makes no sense to me. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I was kicking some major ass. So when I got down there the first time a couple of minutes ago and I was like, I'm gonna claw him just for the fun of it, I was expecting to kill him in 3 hits. Well, we can see how that fucking backfired. And my gear score is 165, so he's Grapevine on Destromath. Grapevine on Destromath. Huh. Grapevine on Destromath. Da, 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 da. Destrom. Who the hell is this? That's not who I'm looking for. Grapevine. There he is. Or she. So I have 165 item level. She only has 125. That's really, really low. So there is something incredibly fishy about that. Because just by... Ah, she's got a really high... Okay. She's renowned too with the... Oh, this is her alt. That's really interesting. But she only has 125 item level. I'm at like 165. Like, that's a huge gap. I technically should have just been able to hit like 3 or 4 buttons a couple times. And she should have been like a pile of fucking guts. But I struggle to even put a dent in her. And I used to take out people that outgeared me. 2, 3 on 1. And this random fucking person out of... I don't know, man. I'm just saying that's kind of fucking suspicious. And there's no being outplayed because her heal that she does is the same that I do in bear form. You can do it twice, and it recovers a percentage of your health. And when I would do it, compared to when she did it, I mean, it was like night and day. Was I eating? Yeah, that was just fucking weird. It does. Gear makes a huge difference, but I outgear her by almost 50 points. That's huge. What enforcement? I don't even know what you're talking about. I can enforce what I want. Oh, my gear's way higher than hers. No, it's not macros. I should have just been able to box her out, no problem. Oh, and I am Guardian. I thought maybe I was like in healer form or something. She's 125, and I'm 165. Yeah, I don't care what anyone says. I shouldn't even have to try. See, because you've got your Mangle as your main attack, your Swipe, that one's to bleed them. Maul when you have the Rage. There's the Frenzied Regeneration right there. You could do it twice, 33-second recharge, and it'll heal you for 32% of your health over 3 seconds, and increased healing received by 20%. Then you can bash, you can do the Moonfire from bear form. Yeah, that just makes no sense to me whatsoever. It's very, very bizarre. Huh. Yeah, that, like, literally makes no sense. Like, whatsoever. Sure. I'm so confused now. But yeah, I'm oh yeah, it's 8 o'clock. Holy shit. I like wanted to be in bed like a long time ago. What happened? I got distracted is what happened. What the hell? How long have I been, my stupid screen froze? Oh, I've been streaming for an hour and like 40 minutes. But yeah. Blues, are you on Twitter? Do you have my Twitter? Anyways. I'm going to end it, and I'll type my Twitter in the chat there in just a second. And I'll be back a little bit later. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I've been playing this game, like I said, for 17 years. That is the first time in my life I've ever died to someone that was much lower than me. That makes no sense. I could barely put a dent in her. Like the character, it was really weird, and I was taking a lot of damage. Like, I mean, I was taking a lot of damage. Like, a lot. And her gear is 125, mine is 165. Incrementally, that is an astronomical difference in World of Warcraft. Like, I'm 165, and if there was a person that was at like 180 even, or 175, it would be a big challenge because of that gap. She's all the way down at 125. I'm 165. That's a huge drop. An entire expansion apart. She's not even max level, but yet somehow had more health than I did. That's what got me. She had a lot more health than I did. But we're both tanks, and I have better gear than she does. So there's something that I'm not seeing. And I don't know if it has to do with her Covenant thing. I don't know if they've made it so your alts are... I don't know. But it was fucking weird. Oh no, I know what they sound like. I definitely know what that. Trust me, they used to terrorize me in Elwyn Forest. I mean, it's possible. But to be honest with you, it would be unlikely. It's kind of hard to hack. Wow. No one needs to see me that big. Whoa. Anyways. Yeah, so I'm tired. I don't know why I decided to make that bigger. But anyhow. It's dark too early. Yeah, for sure. All right, I'm going to end the stream. I want to go to bed and play some Monster Hunter in bed. That's a lot of fun. I'm probably going to do that again. Monster Hunter in bed while watching South Park and hanging out with my dogs. The two of them, they think they're like pit bulls, and they're not. They're so rabid sometimes, it's crazy. But yeah. All right, I should be around tomorrow. Hopefully a little bit later. Earlier than later. My goodness. I think I've been out in the sun too long today. Like I said, I went jogging quite a bit today. And I did my P90X. And it's like, holy cow. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. Hopefully I didn't scare any of the newcomers there. Because that's the joke I always make when people... Well, mind you, you were already subscribed. Now they're like, okay, that's it. Unsubscribe now. That was just weird shit. It is kind of interesting. Like how the new people that subscribe from the stream, so they know how weird I am, they decide to subscribe, but they never come back. They had a chance to sleep on it. And then when they woke up, they're like, what was I thinking? I must have been drunk, or I was really high, or you know what I mean? And they're just like, nope, not this time. I don't know. But like I said, we can all have a good laugh about that. I've accrued in the upwards of close to between 700 and 1,000 new subscribers again from just live streams alone. But none of them ever come back. It's like the Bermuda Triangle. Once you go there once, you'll never be found again. So my stream is like somehow conspiracy theory. Let's hope Alex Jones isn't watching, because now he's going to talk about it. All right, I'm done. See you tomorrow, maybe some of you, between 5 and 6 Eastern Standard Time. PM, that is. All right.